Ladies and gentlemen, what's going on? It's Eagle Talks Football. We're back again with another video. I got Vader in the building. I got Tunes Tactics in the house, repping Newcastle, of course. And we got Rack in the building, Premier League champion. And now he's about to take Man City and Bayern Munich's #1 transfer target of the summer, Florian Wirtz, to Liverpool. It has been confirmed from Fabrizio Romano and David Ornstein that he has told Bayern Munich that he will choose to join Liverpool. I cannot believe it, ladies and gentlemen. I cannot believe it. I did not think Liverpool were going to be able to pull this transfer off. This is unbelievable. Liverpool are confident that Florian Wirtz's deal is done after a fresh contact in the last 24 to 48 hours. You go to what David Ornstein said. He originally broke the news saying Liverpool giving huge boost on Florian Wirtz's pursuit as Bayern Munich believe the 22-year-old is on course for Anfield and he is leaving Bayer Leverkusen this summer. The club would still need to agree a deal, but not formalities, but German international favors Liverpool. If you guys mess this up from here, it would be shocking. But oh my God, what a transfer!
Why is your first thing? If you guys mess this up, first talk about how spectacular this deal is, and not going with a negative go.
Okay. Let's get to the positive. Wow, I'm just gonna hand it over to you, Rack. Take it away. What a start!
Look, man. This has come out of nowhere. I don't think anyone is expecting it. I think was it last week Vader was already kind of dismissing Liverpool as a possibility even, and
yeah,
we showed we still got it.
Rightfully
Listen,
so.
Liverpool is one of the greatest teams in world football. We have a huge budget, and we are Premier League champions. Of course, we're desirable. Yes, there have been times in the past where we haven't spent, where we've kind of spent limited amounts of money. And I think that's okay. You don't have not every player has to be £100 million transfer. I'm also happy when we get players for 20, 30 million. Ryan Gravenberch, right, had a spectacular season. We bought him a season and a half, 2 seasons ago, season and a half ago, and he's been one of our players of this season. Alexis McAllister, 35 million. It's good you can buy smart and you can buy big, and both of them are fine. Ultimately, as long as they all work, then fine. I want players at Liverpool who want to wear the badge and who want to be needle movers. And from what I'll be honest and say, I haven't watched much German football recently. I'm very busy. So back in the day, I used to watch a lot. I haven't seen much of it, but what I have seen is incredibly encouraging, and he will make a difference. When we talk about losing Trent's creativity, this guy, he will bridge that gap, if not take it further forward. And that's what we need to do. That's what we need to do. We're going for number 21.
This is unbelievable. Everyone in the comment section, shout out to you guys. Please do hit that like button, especially if you're a Liverpool fan. If you're not going to be happy right now and hitting that like button, I don't know when you will. Where's Liverpool's downfall? Eagle Arteta's excuses incoming. Stop it, LFC 1225. Allow me. The season's not even over and you're already still on my case. Like, let me breathe. Let me breathe. Vader, people in the chat are coming for you. You got a ghost coming here saying, Vader, hold that. How does it feel that one of your #1 transfer targets is going to be headed to Liverpool, and they seem to have pipped you to the transfer?
You know what? The funny thing is, I've been here before. I've been here before with regards to rival clubs, not just Liverpool, but rival clubs getting targets that have been on my short list. So I'm curious whether it's going to turn out to be a good decision if it does get finalized over at Liverpool. But this is the game. When you're a big club, like Rax said, when you've won Prems, like Rax is now able to say officially with this one that he's won, you're able to then speak with confidence with the targets that you're going after. And if I'm going after a target, I should expect big clubs like a successful, maybe arguably the best ran or most successful club in England, like a Liverpool, to also go after a target. There's no shame in me missing out to a Liverpool getting Wirtz. I would have actually been upset with my club not prioritizing Wirtz as a target, right? So you can't score if you don't take a shot. It happens to be Liverpool. I'm very surprised because Liverpool, again, no disrespect, but over the years, they have been shown to be this aggressive and this, how should I say, direct with their intentions. And when they have been this direct, they've fallen short, right?
No.
A popular Liverpool fan had to shave his head because of how direct and confident he was in thinking they were going to get. So it does happen. There's no shame in that. I'm going to say, why are you shaking your head, Rax?
No team has 100% record, right? No team has 100% record. There are failures.
Not even Real Madrid.
Exactly. Real Madrid were in big, made it known that they wanted Erling Haaland, the most proficient goal scorer in the world. We happen to get him. It's what happens out here. So credit to Liverpool if this deal does get done, because a lot has been said, but like me, I like to see the jersey being held up by the player. But yeah, credit to Liverpool. I'm very surprised. This is very un-FSG Liverpool-like. We can all agree to that. So for me to have egg on my face, this is new. This is new with regards to Liverpool.
By the way,
can I counter some of those points?
Let me just tell the people in the chat, please do hit that like button. I don't know if you guys have met Toon Tactics, Ahmed, Vader, Rock. I don't know if you guys have met.
Yeah, plenty of times.
In the building.
Philip's the guy, man.
Also, Ahmed, welcome. But yeah, Rock, take it away. What were you going to say before we continue?
So Vader is right in the sense that
was right.
Yeah, we don't get all of our targets. No club does. But there have been times when we've gone aggressively for a target when other clubs have been around, but we've also moved silently when other clubs have been around. Like, for example, Fabinho, the day after we lost the Champions League to Real Madrid all those years ago, he was on a private jet to Liverpool literally the day after, right? Came out of nowhere. Mark Goldbridge was crying to his cornflakes.
That's not like this, though, Rax. Come on.
No. But what I'm saying, we had Luis Diaz, right? We let Tottenham do all the hard work. They agreed the fee, and then we came in, right? We tried to do the same thing with Chelsea, and we did outbid them. But to be fair, then they upped the bid, and like I said, obviously made it clear that he wanted to stay as well. He wanted to go to Chelsea. Yeah. No. So we tried it with Chelsea. On that occasion, it didn't quite work. But it happens. Like, you win some, you lose some, and Chelsea beat us to that. So
I will say this. Yes, I'm Vader, and I can be a hater. I am impressed that Liverpool were able to do this without topping up, because the last time they got a big player like this was Van Dijk, and they got slapped on the wrist.
They didn't really spend anything there, though. Like, if we're being fair to Liverpool, they didn't spend anything last season. Like, they were kind of like in a nap.
Why are you stepping on what I just said? Why are you
I have to, bro. I'm sorry, man. You know what I mean? Let's be honest.
Ahmed, this is Mr. Fair and Balanced Ahmed. What do you know? I know you have your moments, Vader, where you try and go a little bit left field. But
no, the problem,
Ahmed's middle name is Fair and Balanced.
The issue I got with Ahmed is that he's always slightly offside. He doesn't wait for my play to be completed yet. He's always just offside. My point was, the last time Liverpool got a big player like this, and you brought up some names, was Van Dijk. And I'm impressed that you guys are able to do this without a slap on the wrist on how you kind of, bent the rules a little bit with Van Dijk. But credit to you with Wirtz. He's phenomenal. There's a reason why City and Real Madrid and Bayern wanted this player. I'm having an exit of KDB, the best midfielder you've all seen in the Prem, and I wanted to find someone else to kind of maybe step slightly into his shoes, maybe not fill them, but step into them. And Wirtz was the target. We don't got him, so we got to move somewhere else.
Yeah,
Liverpool. I did say something, right? That there's a KDB shaped hole in Manchester City, and yeah, he could have been a guy to fill or the guy to fill him potentially, but.
I was just going to say, Frimpong, Florian Wirtz, and Gyokeres, pretty much almost all being heavily linked this early. Liverpool starting off their window with a bang. Ahmed, take it away. What were we going to say? And then we'll bring it to Toon Tactics after.
I mean, I don't even know what there is to say. Like, I feel like, Liverpool are clearly, I think they're moving with a purpose in the market. I think that there's no denying that. They're getting deals done very early. I think they're also they've done a good job, taking advantage of a period where I'd probably say, three of us on this on this show You know, we don't even know if you're going to be getting Champions League football or not. You know, two of us are literally dead set. So Liverpool have done an amazing job of just doing their job of doing what they need to do and getting their stuff done a lot earlier in times of uncertainty. But listen, bringing in Wirtz, that has to be like, you know, alarm bells for, I think, the other teams, right? If you're a City, if you're an Arsenal, even I think if we even to an extent a Newcastle and a Chelsea, obviously if we do make UCL football and looking to maybe take that next step, hopefully next season, that, you know, they are bringing in real quality, bro. Like you may have lost Trent, but if you're bringing already Frimpong, who I think is a very good quality fullback. Gyokeres, you basically replaced Robertson there with a much more better player there. Obviously, he's still not on Robertson level in his prime, of course, but in terms of what he's giving you right now, Gyokeres is giving you 10 times better, and he's got a lot more youth on his side too. Plus a top player in Wirtz. I mean, and you know, the thing is, they're still looking for a number 9, if I'm not mistaken, too. And if they get the right number 9, right, to replace Darwin Núñez, it's looking very scary. Scary in terms of, like, you know, of them being able to do like maybe a repeat for the title next season. So
you know the transfer window is literally for Liverpool right now. It's go and address every single issue they had.
Exactly, bro. Yeah,
they won the league with an imperfect team. Fair play to them. And we got a super chat.
Every team is imperfect. That's the problem, Miguel. You're striving for perfection. Perfection ain't going to be there. You need to roll with the punches and do what you.
Fair play.
It's been a while, Rax.
I get it. Yeah, it's been 20 plus years. You don't have to remind me. People in the chat, do me a favor. Please hit that like button. We have over 800 people in the building. Please do hit that like button right now. And I'm going to make sure I put the links to everyone's channels in the description also, so you guys can go check them out. But first things first, Box of Oranges is definitely a Liverpool fan, 84, saying, when players choose Liverpool, rivals claim that no one wanted those players. Revisionist history. In this situation, no one can say that. Bayern Munich.
I don't know if anyone's saying that now. Yeah,
this is one of the hottest properties in world football.
I'm fairly certain everyone would want Wirtz here.
Even
no denying that at all.
Even in the past, like what's
I've always wanted this guy is a top player.
Ahmed, I know you watch Bundesliga. How good is he? Because I haven't watched Bundesliga consistently for 5 or 6 years.
Again, let me bring in two tactics before we go to how good he is.
Oh, sorry, yeah.
Talk to me, bro. Come on. Because people are talking about Isaac, they're talking about this guy, but this is a crazy domino to fall so early in the transfer window. Are you surprised? It's already pretty much confirmed.
I'm not. It's what happens when you've got a good sporting director. Like, I'm not sure why people are even surprised. This is Liverpool under Edwards. Like, this is how a good sporting director moves. And when you've got a machine now in terms of what the team is doing on the pitch, and you've got an infrastructure on the back, this is what happens. I think Liverpool are making dynasty moves. They're trying to build a dynasty. They're going to try and continue to win the league, to win all the domestic leagues if they can, continue to be a force in Europe. And that's just how it looks like to everybody else. And I think when people are looking at FSG, I think just people got to just, whether you like them or not, but I just think you've got to have a bit more of a wisdom in terms of how you judge owners and what they're doing and why they're doing it. And you have to understand things like PSR and everything else is real. And sometimes if you're patient, you let your opponents, your mistakes, make their mistakes first. Man City spent 200 to 300 million in the January transfer window. They're still praying on the final game of the season that they get into the Champions League. That's insane. Maybe that's why Liverpool were able to give that little bit of extra push. I think also Liverpool have always had pull. This is just a myth in terms of what people are saying. But every player has different reasons as to why they go to different clubs. I sometimes judge different players as to why they choose certain clubs over others, to be honest. I do think if a player chooses not to go to Liverpool compared to maybe some other kind of like Hollywood type of clubs, I just think that's like a Hollywood type of player. Like, he doesn't really want what Liverpool wants. Like, that's how highly I judge them. However, and then we're going to talk about the player in a moment, so I won't go there. But this is dynasty moves that Liverpool are trying to do, and everybody else is trying to catch up. And like you said, you alluded to that. to that number 9, I'm just hoping that they've spent all their money on this Florian Wirtz, and then I'm
saying, man, I'll be honest.
We'll take it from there. But yeah, fantastic. Wirtz, Frimpong, Gyokeres. There's going to be a couple more players to go. Insane moves, but makes sense for Liverpool. Fantastic.
I think everyone's looking at this saying, "Wow, congratulations!" But and you know what? I want to know what Ahmed said, because Ahmed says he watches what do you call it, Bayer Leverkusen a lot more.
I wouldn't say I watch Bayer Leverkusen that much. I'm more of a League and Serie A guy, but you know, that's my expertise.
Provide that disclaimer. Provide the disclaimer just so we're.
I've been watching the Portuguese league a lot lately. I'll tell you that.
I mean, I don't even watch Bundesliga that much. I'll be honest. That's actually the league that I watch the least in terms of like whenever I get time to watch anything. But from what I know and from what I've seen from him, he's a very good 10. Like obviously, if he's gonna be the guy that's gonna be playing the Szoboszlai position, he's gonna be very great there. Great dribbler. Can find a pass really well, you know, which is something I think Liverpool have needed, that central creation. I think he will do a great job there. I think in terms of finishing, he can obviously improve a bit more in that aspect, but I think for me, he's more of a creator than he is a finisher, if that makes sense. But for me, again, with him, great dribbler, can drive out players, great turn, even though, funny thing about him, he actually tore his ACL, which is, and he's had a great comeback from that, I'll be honest, man, at such a young age as well. So, but in general, man, you're getting a good dribbler, guy that can iron the needle passes, and that's the sort of stuff that I think you need, because, you know, I think Szoboszlai hasn't turned out to be the guy that, you know, I was watching at, you know, RB Leipzig, much like a Christopher.
Why do you say that with the smile? Why do you say that with that smile on your face like that?
Oh, come on, bro, man. Listen, don't do that, man.
No,
okay?
Why are you doing all that? Why you got all that?
Because I'm laughing about Nkunku, man. Nkunku's my guy. You know this dude. That's why I was, you know, to my own player. But like,
you know something? You know, I just seen Man City got a signing also.
Who did they get?
No, this is going to be some weird banter. Is this
What
some
do you
banter?
mean,
Oh no, he's shaking his head.
That's what he's saying right now.
No,
it's a good thing. It's a good thing for City. It's not good for us. They secured Reiner too. City started talks with AC Milan over Reiner, so they're negotiating right now.
Yeah. Well, Reiner's not bad to be honest, but you know, I hope you don't put him in a pivot. That's what probably I would say to you, mate. You know, they're gonna probably use him like they use Gundogan. Yeah, you gotta put it. I think for me, you have to play him as a.
Relax. It's my club. You don't need to tell me how I need to use him if I end up getting.
Oh, sorry, boss man. Sorry,
I think I got a tremendous trust. There's no question on whether I'm confident in my manager being able to figure him out moving forward. I don't know if you still want your manager in, but my manager, I'm confident moving forward, with this season. I think any news with regards to transfers, it's going to be, okay, let's stay competitive and let's stay in the mix. I'm going to be the first to do this, or maybe not the first to do this, but you're going to hear me say this. This signing, I don't care what else happens with the remainder of the summer. This signing that Liverpool have just done, they are clear favorites for next season. And as a competitor, as a rival that wants to obviously take the throne away from them, I want to get back to actually me being in the penthouse, because I don't like where I'm sitting and watching Liverpool right now. But it's going to be a fun and interesting approach to next season, with the target being on the backs or on the chests of Liverpool. That's something that they're not quite accustomed to really moving through a season like, right? They're quick to say Arsenal are going to be favorites to win. They're quick to say City are good. This season, with this signing of Wirtz, they are clearly the favorites. And hey, let's all go and fight for this title.
Can I ask you a question here? Would you not say though, when they won that title initially, because 1920, right?
The
well,
COVID
then
title.
Right. Did you not think they were still favorites the season after to do the repeat, or do you not feel like?
Yeah, we were favorites.
Yeah, because like at the time, I thought that they were the favorites at the time. If memory serves me.
Yeah, but it was one of those. But the reason why it's different for me is because, and no disrespect, I saw how we had fallen off and how they were almost had like a perfect run for the season. And I was like, they're not doing it again. And I felt that we fell off due to our injuries. And so it wasn't so much clear favorites, like, all right, let's go mano a mano, let's fight this out. How much City have fallen off. Yes, I know right now we're currently third. Ridiculous. We're third in the standings. That's actually incredibly embarrassing to the likes of No, sorry, Ahmed. But Chelsea that have, you guys were chill guys, chilling at the top for a little bit. But for us to be third, it's absolutely ridiculous. So this is where I'm like, it's very different because you could
be sixth.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Exactly. That's how crazy.
Like super close.
We were
one result.
Second, yeah, we were clearly second best during.
I mean, Forest are 1 point behind. Forest are 1 point behind you.
You know what? We're going to talk about this.
We're
going to talk about this in about 5 to 10 minutes when Wolfie joins. But I just want to finish off with 2 more things. Did you guys hear the Chelsea links also? Chelsea were linked to Rodrygo, Nico Williams, and they seem to now be settling with Joao Pedro. 60 million euros. I don't know when they say euros for an English player, it always trips me out.
Yeah, no disrespect. Before you pass it on to Ahmed, no disrespect, but I don't pay attention to Chelsea transfer rumors. There's too many. they're already connected. I don't pay attention to it, so I'm gonna fall back. I'm gonna let Ahmed and the rest of the panel speak.
You know, I'm actually gonna slightly agree here with my brother Bayer here. I'll be honest, with Chelsea transfer news, I do think you need to take a lot of this stuff with a pinch of salt. Now, much like with City, again, interestingly enough, we do have the Club World Cup coming in 3 weeks, and ironically, from this Sunday, it'll be 3 weeks until we play out.
Huge honor,
of course, of course. So, but I think obviously because there's still uncertainty about where we're going to finish, obviously Sunday's game, etc., we'll talk about later, of course, right? I think you have to take a lot of what we've seen with a pinch of salt. Now, I think I'm going to be very honest with you and up front. I don't think Chelsea is getting Rodrygo. Some guys, I'm just gonna part, even if you get UCL or no UCL, I don't think that's happens at Chelsea. I just think with the ownership that we've got, and I think the type of model that they go for, I think Rodrygo is not in that sort of a bracket that we usually work with.
Or you're not in his bracket.
Exactly, that's it. There we go. There we go. You know what I mean? Like
Arsenal. Do you think Arsenal get Rodrygo? Because we're linked to Rodrygo heavily.
I think you should go for Rodrygo because his versatility. Yes, he prefers the left, but he can also play on the right. You just need someone to challenge Saka, like honestly, and have some rotation there.
Exactly.
And at the same time, probably just take over from Martinelli, though I do think Martinelli is decent. Whether that's too much of an expensive step to take, not because you can't afford him or you haven't got Paul. It's just there remains the fact that the Premier League is a different it's kettle of fish to other leagues. I was going to add, I know you've moved on, but I was going to just quickly add on Florian Wirtz is that he does lack that physicality and it is going to take time. And I think Liverpool fans should be prepared for the banter you're going to get in the first 6 to 12 months if he doesn't fly straight away. If he does, fair play to him. I was reading quite a detailed scouting report. And the player that he's most similar to is Bruno Fernandes. That's when he was 20 years old. I wouldn't or whatnot. But it's just the physicality part of things. That's fine. But in terms of Rodrygo, I think you should be able to go for that, at least that profile of player. We need to see just how good Mr. Saka is when he has some hot competition on his heels. We know other wingers have had that competition.
I think Trossard and Martinelli have the competition too.
I need to ask you this question.
Are you crazy?
No, before we even get to
that, I'm saying no competition. I'm saying they're the ones that have to worry about their position.
No. That's not. No,
but like I feel like the best teams.
You don't give competition to your depth. You give competition to the guys that are already first teamers.
Okay. I misspoke. I meant to say the people who need to worry about competition are the people who are going to be sitting on the bench, like the Trossards and the Martinellis. Those are
but Saka should worry. That's the whole point.
He should worry.
He should worry about
Martin Odegaard needs to worry. That's the guy who needs to worry.
You know what I was going to ask? Yeah, that's actually a good question. Obviously, Martin Odegaard's not at the best season. Obviously, unless maybe the club is like planning maybe to give Nwaneri a bit more of a bigger role in that Odegaard role.
He's not signing a contract, by the way.
Yeah, but he has a contract till 2030.
Oh, I was just gonna say, that's an area. But listen,
I was gonna ask you, are you expecting Nwaneri to get a big role there?
Nwaneri,
that's interesting. But listen, I was just gonna say, even if I
was a rage bait on question. You gotta go, Rock?
No. I just saying hello to one of my friends in the chat, Karam. And
big up.
You did your customary wave before you go, so it was like,
guys,
right.
Before Wolfie joined, Ahmed, you wanted to say something. What was it? Because I was
going to ask about, obviously, I don't know, central creation. Obviously, I know you got Zubimendi, he's a 6 and everything like that. Do you think you're going to get any more guys in the middle? You know, a bit more creative players?
One second, guys. Husam's calling. Husam, what are you saying?
Hey, Gal, I'm live on YouTube right now.
Me too.
Yeah. Florian Wirtz is a Liverpool player. Is there going to be any unprecedented circumstances next year, Gal?
Listen, Hussam, congratulations. You got yourself one of the best young players in the world, one of the best signings you guys could go make this summer. Liverpool aren't going anywhere. You're going to be there and thereabouts. Let's go mano a mano. Let's see you at your best. I want to see my team at the best. I want to see Man City at the best. And I want to see the Premier League at its best. And let's go mano a mano next season.
This year, I already had it.
I don't want Benjamin Sesko. I still think it's bullshit. I think what's happening is they're letting Gyokeres finish out his season because he has
people love them from Gyokeres, don't they?
He's still only 2 points off the top of the league. He needs to win the league, finish the season. Then we're gonna talk about, because I don't think all this Sesko stuff. You know what it is? It's smokescreen. It's a fugazi. It's a fugazi. It's fairy dust. Don't believe it.
Sign Benjamin Sesko. I'm telling you right now, we're gonna win the league. We're gonna win the league.
You know something? You also still need to address other key areas. It's not only about Sesko. If we go and get Rodrygo, you're still gonna be fearful. Don't act like you won't.
No, I'm not scared of Arsenal. I'm good, man.
All right. Listen, Liverpool. You think Liverpool's gonna repeat? Say it now.
If we sign Wirtz, fuck yeah, we're gonna repeat.
All right, fair play.
Yeah,
Number 14 is coming.
Next year, eh? Get ready, baby.
Hey, we'll talk. Have a good one.
Yeah, we'll talk. Yeah, listen.
This guy, man. This guy. Anyways, you guys were saying, I think Arsenal's still getting Gyokeres. This Sesko stuff is bullshit.
Can I be honest about Gyokeres? Yeah. Listen, you know,
go on.
There's a player at Chelsea that was meant to come last season with Samuel Omorodion. Obviously, he changed his surname now. Apologies to him, but he's a quality player, by the way. And he's finishing the season. I think he's right now. Last time I checked, was on like either 19 or 20 goals this season, right? And I think the other, obviously, Gyokeres, I think is on like something like 40 goals, right? If you look at the history, just in general, before I even get to Gyokeres as a player, it's not been great. Signing strikers from said league, you know, Darwin Núñez, Gonçalo Ramos is another one, right? He obviously got now Gyokeres now is the next big thing there. It's, you know, whenever I see a midfielder from Portugal, I'm interested because they've got a pedigree of actually producing decent enough midfielders or good midfielders, like from the Chelsea perspective. I've got a history of that. So
and Ahmed, can I add to that? Because I know people are going to start talking about the championship, what he did in the championship. I don't know how
exactly. Yes,
right. You have to understand when he did that in the championship, and then there was several clubs in the Premier League, in the Bundesliga, all these clubs came in for him. He chose Portuguese league. Now I wonder why he chose the Portuguese league. He didn't want to go to the Premier League. He didn't want to go to the Bundesliga. He went to the Portuguese league. Now only he knows why he did that. If I was a man just looking out from the outside, it's kind of like choosing easy mode on a game that you're playing.
Bro, like
I do worry about.
It's crazy, man.
It's crazy. I don't. Like, especially when people are judging the player. Like I'm not saying he can't be that guy, but when you say it, I notice when I speak to, like, it's not it's my first time talking to you about it, Igal. But when I talk to Arsenal fans, like they, especially in the comments, they go mad. You got no football.
All right, but let me say this though.
Yeah,
we just need a good player that has good movement, good shooting ability,
Joao Pedro.
And over the last couple of years, he's shown he's a clinical finisher. He's scored over 50 plus goals. Also, he's shown that he has good ball movement. He has good movement around the box. If Mikel Moreno can get what he's gotten, I do think whoever we bring in into a striker role, as long as they have the attributes that we're looking for, we're going to be able to get a tune out of them.
Yeah. Look, also, there's a thing in. I agree that you can't necessarily judge by a performance in the Portuguese league. It's a difficult one. But he's done okay in the Champions League. I'm just looking at the number, like pure numbers. I don't watch Gyokeres, But he says Champions League this season, 6 goals in 8 games. I don't know who the competition was, who he was playing, but I know Arsenal locked him up, and what's his name was doing all his Victor Gyokeres. Gabriel was doing his celebration, taking the piss out of him. And then the Europa League last season, 5 goals in 9 games. So there's a degree of pedigree.
But
we'll see what he does week in, week out.
It's different when you're playing Brentford away.
Wait, he scored a hat trick for Man City.
Yeah,
the
that's
former
fine.
champion.
Oh, you know what it is though? Do you know how he plays, by the way, for Sport Lisbon? This is another thing that I actually like. I don't think it's addressed enough when people talk about Gyokeres. I see him more the transitional striker, if that makes sense. Like he works really well on the transition when he's driving at the opponent, when these teams move, they're doing a little counter, or like maybe his team's just moving a bit more pace. I feel like with Arsenal, you don't necessarily technically like work with that. You know what I mean? You guys are more, you pass it around the box, get it to Saka, shift it into the box, or like it's Martinelli, you shift it into the box that way. So, there's going to be an adaptation that's going to be needed from him to make sure to fit that. So I just want to know, do we know what type of striker we're bringing in? Because whenever I hear people talk about, let's bring this striker, XYZ striker, I'm like, but does he suit the way you play? I feel like that's something that's not spoken about enough. Or can you make the team work with him? I feel like if Arteta is like going to be like, you have to work in my system. So do you think it's actually going to work in that system? Because that's another worry for me personally. I think it's
up to Andre Berta to get us the best talent for the manager. The manager needs to take a seat back and not be too hands-on in the transfers. Because at the end of the day, he's a manager. Andre Berta is a talent evaluator. He's been.
But is he though? He's just going to Portugal. He's just going to Portugal and Sporting Lisbon. It's what he knows. Like. We blame Ten Hag for that. We blamed other sporting directors for that. Aren't you not the least concerned?
No, what are you talking about? He's from Atletico Madrid.
No, but he's saying he knows that market really well.
Yeah, like he's Portuguese.
No, he's Italian.
He's Italian, isn't he? I thought he was
Italian.
Is he?
Yeah, he's Italian.
Yeah.
Andre Berta.
My bad.
Andrea.
My bad. Okay. I do worry though. I do worry that from Portugal to here, I think you got to have some sort of filter in terms of like how you're judging the player. Why don't you go for Joao Pedro, for instance? I suggested it in another show last time, and people scoffed at the idea.
No, he's a very good player. I like Joao Pedro. I think he's really good.
I wouldn't get Joao Pedro.
He's a Liverpool player, really.
Number 9. My main number 9. I want Gyokeres, and if I can't get Gyokeres, but Arsenal has peas to blow.
No, 1 minute. Correction.
No. Don't do that. Just because Phillips is here.
Yeah. Igal, you want number 1. Who's your number 1? Yeah. Money, no object. Money, no object.
Yeah, be real.
Spend the money, man.
All I gotta say is,
don't get shook. Don't get shook. Don't talk is here.
My number 1 striker target is Swedish. My number 2 striker's target is Swedish. My number 3, I'm not even talking about.
What is this?
All I know is Sweden.
What is this, man?
Sweden produce top strikers, bro. Sweden produce top strikers.
You know that meme where that guy is all broad shoulder and he keeps bumping certain people? Miguel can't do that right now. Miguel, hey, I'm glad you humbled yourself and showed respect and did mention that.
Not because I don't think Newcastle are selling at all. And you can tell everybody, I don't think Isak is going anywhere. Somebody comes with 120 million. I think Newcastle look them in the face and say thank you for the offer, but no.
Yep. I agree.
120 is not enough for him.
June, you have anything to say?
What's that? You said it. I don't know what striker you're talking about, to be honest.
Which Swedish man are you talking about?
Say my name.
Hey, I don't know about you guys. Bringing it back quickly. Before we go,
what I'm talking about.
Wolfie's about to join us. But Ahmed, I heard you're getting Ekitike. What's going on with that?
Good player.
Listen, again, as I said before,
Jackson 2.0.
I've said this before. I don't think I've said this on this stream before, but I do think there is there's a market now for mid-table strikers, right? And I think I'm gonna be honest with you, and this is not me disrespecting Jackson. I actually do think the club is beginning to like move on from him. There was like a really big report from like a Mateo Morata that was saying that a lot of clubs are eyeing Jackson in the summer.
Take him on a right. I'll take him on a right one.
Right, and the thing is, listen, I think for me, I've always said I would like Jackson to remain at the club as a backup option. I think that ideally that's what should have actually been happening the last 2 seasons, let alone the 3rd season that he's been at the club for us. But I think for me, if a £50 million offer comes in for him, which I think actually is very realistic in this market, from like maybe a mid-table club in Spain, Italy, even in the Premier League, if there's anyone interested clubs, I think the club would be like willing to take him. They would be like, we'll take that money. Thank you for your services, Jackson. Because it also looks like to me, and I'm seeing this news about Joao Pedro. I'm seeing Hugo ekitike. Sorry, I can't say his name. Hugo Nice. I'm seeing news even about Delap, obviously as well now, right? It seems to me like, at least from the smell I'm getting from the club, there's at least 2 strikers probably coming into the club, in my personal opinion. That's what I'm getting at the very least.
I want Delap. That's greedy, man.
The thing is, man, listen, I know it's very greedy, but I think from a club perspective, you sort out the 2 main archetypes that you need, right? We've been greatly missing an archetype of a striker that can head the ball. You
need an architect. I got Mikel Arteta.
No, okay, chill out, man. If you know FM, it's been there before. Let's just FM, please. But no, obviously, archetypes, obviously, he's got me there. But from I think a guy that can head the ball, we've needed that for quite a while in terms of the striker. Like, we've got Neto that's putting in crosses, Sancho putting in crosses and stuff like that. So we need guys that can just head the ball. So I think for me, that does that for me. And then if you bring in a Joao Pedro, I'm very mixed on Joao Pedro. But for me, if I'm going to be bringing in Joao Pedro, I might as well just go to Strasbourg and get like the young striker that we've got there in Emeka, because I think he's less talented than Joao Pedro. Let's not get that wrong right now in terms of like the level he's at. But I think for me, his potential is a lot more. And I think if I want to have someone as a backup that can do what Jackson does, just a little bit less because he's got the experience, I would much rather bring in a guy like him.
You think he's got? You think he's got a higher ceiling than Jackson?
Yes,
I got to tell you guys something. Breaking news: Nottingham Forest have banned Gary Neville from their stadium.
I heard about this. Yeah.
Oh my God!
Shout out Wolfie. Shout out Wolfie. Wolfie, bro, man. you guys put your money where your mouth is.
Anti-free speech, man. What's going on?
Wow. Screw Gary Neville, man. Screw Gary Neville. Yo, I'll just check your WhatsApp quickly, bro.
All right.
Yeah, how are you boys doing?
All right,
good, man. Good.
Can I say something real quick? Can I say something?
Daps wants in. Yeah, send him the link.
I'll send him the link.
Can I say this real quick with regards to I want to share some recognition. Yeah. Never in my few years of consuming this football YouTube content have I seen a better debut to a panelist than I have Wolfie. Wolfie has made the most of this opportunity to get himself involved with these panels and make himself a villain or a hero. I want to shout out. I mean, it doesn't look like this season's going to pan out the way he wanted, but I want to shout out how he used every single minute to the best of his ability. Credit to your debut season, my friend.
Are you saying he's rookie of the year?
No,
I'm on my three-peat season. I'm on my three-peat season, man.
He's saying that Wolfie is the hardest working man in football YouTube.
Breakout.
He's
probably true right now,
man. Yeah. Damn.
All right.
Big up to you guys, man. But yeah, we're still getting Champions League, by the way. I just want it on the record.
Wait. No. Wolfie, we have to ask you 2 questions.
I don't think so, mate. I don't think
Wolfie,
so.
You're going to come to my fortress and take 3 points.
Wolfie,
I think you need to remember what happened last year.
Couldn't be
Not yet. Do Liverpool still have no pull, Wolfie? Because last time you're on the show, you told Rack Liverpool have no pull. Now they've just...
Yeah, I still stand by that.
Even though they're getting Florian Wirtz, one of the biggest.
Okay, Liverpool have more pull than Bayern, and Bayern are a team that Leverkusen don't want to sell to. So if you want to spin it that way, Man City didn't go in for Wirtz. If they did, they would have got him.
But also,
but what?
He told Bayern that he doesn't want to sign for them. He wants to sign for Liverpool, right?
Okay, so you have more pull than Bayern.
So we haven't. Sure, and Bayern is one of the biggest clubs in the world.
In a Farmers League, yeah.
It doesn't matter. They are they or are they not one of the biggest clubs in the world?
It does matter. It does matter. Does the Premier League or the Bundesliga have more pull?
in the biggest economy in Europe, the German economy, right? They're bigger than the British economy, Italian, French, the whole thing. They're the biggest club in the biggest economy in Europe, and he chose us, and we chose him, and that's all that matters.
Okay, but Man City didn't choose him.
Well, I think Man City were interested in him, weren't you?
We were interested in at a certain.
Yeah, but you said you did your PR stuff, didn't you? 300 mil total package, not worth it.
Yeah. Like Rice, if it reaches a certain evaluation that's exceeding what we've projected, we're going to walk away.
Yeah, look, I will say this. Well, I will say this, right? Hold on, this fraud is calling me. Wait, sorry.
But Liverpool do this as well.
What do you want?
Have a valuation on a player, and if it goes in excess of that, we won't. This is like a similar situation.
Wolfie, what happened? I'm so confused. Anyways,
I think Sam called him, I'm assuming.
Husam's calling everybody, man.
Oh yeah. He wants.
Right.
He wants
Don't buy. Forever people are going to be saying this. But it's only buying.
Listen, man. At the end of the day, right, man, you got your player, man. You don't care what everyone else, bro.
Guys,
You know what I mean?
we got one more special guest joining us.
Philip knows. Philip and Ahmed though.
We got one more special guest.
Listen, man. When people talking about Caicedo, he's going Liverpool.
One second, guys.
Care, bro. I had to play at the end of the day, man. I said 110 million of them, though.
You live by the side. You live by the sword. You die by the sword, right?
Exactly. One of the original founding fathers that helped me set up this 6-panel show. Daps is in the building. Man City faithful.
Hey,
how you doing, Daps?
So I didn't even know it's vibes from the 6. Sick.
Yeah, how you doing, man?
I'm good, man. I'm good.
You bro,
Pissed
it's been
off.
a minute.
My club's in the mud.
It's been a minute, man. How you been?
Yeah, good, man. Good. Shit season, but good.
Do you think City's gonna bounce back next season, man?
At this point, worst day to ask me. I'm not. Do you know what? I said this, I think it might have been on Wolfie's show a minute ago, that back before maybe about 6-7 weeks ago, I was going, yeah, we're going to get Champions League football and I think we'll bounce back. Then the last 6 weeks, all I've been focused on is just fucking getting Champions League football. That I haven't even thought about next season, just thinking we need to actually fucking get Champions League football. Now we're at a point where
are you worried about Fulham?
Yeah, bro. Have you not watched this season?
You have to be worried at this stage.
Look, this is the thing, right? So usually when the pressure is on, Manchester City are a different Manchester City and we get the job done. But this season, we're not the same Manchester City. For me to come on here and say, oh, yeah, of course, Fulham away, no problem. Bro, our record away from home is not great. Fulham are a good team. And we don't handle pressure well at the moment. Like, we're not... Do I think we'll get it? I think we'll get Champions League football because I don't think that Forest will lose to Chelsea. I think at worst case, Forest might draw with Chelsea. So we'll get it. And we could draw or beat Fulham. But I'm certainly not here going... Yeah, don't need to worry. We go into that game looking over our shoulders.
All right. So you know what? You started the top 5 conversation. Everyone kind of jump in. I was literally going to do this right now. So let's just.
So can I just answer the one last thing though? You asked me if I think we bounced back last season.
Yeah.
So before, probably 8 weeks ago, I would have told you yes. Now I do think we get Champions League football. But I think that a different thing this season is we're used to being the leader and making X, Y, and Z signings just to keep the levels high, right? We're not the leader anymore, right? And we are in a rebuild, yeah? I would probably say, the proof is in the pudding. If you look at the league table, right now, Arsenal and Liverpool squads are better than ours. That's why they finished above us. Right. So we're now playing catch-up. At the moment, I'm seeing Liverpool buying 2 fullbacks to replace Trent and their aging fullback. They're getting Wirtz, which I don't even think they fucking need, right? And I see Arsenal getting Zubi. I see Arsenal potentially getting Gyokeres. Like, do I still think we'll be in the mixer next season as in top 4? I think we'll be better. But I'm not here saying we're winning the league next season at this point. That would be me being an arrogant City fan to say that.
That's realistic. Yeah, the one thing I love about Daps is always realistic when it comes to things like this. Like,
Daps is always a real one, man.
City have got very, very strong players in certain positions. Like Haaland is obviously arguably the best striker in the league, right? But this season there has been a bit of a fall off in some of their key players. And when key players go down for whatever reason, whether it be form, age, or injury, whatever the case may be, inevitably there's going to be a drop off.
It affects the whole squad as well, by the way. Knock-on dominoes effects. And I mean, this is the thing now that if Rodri, because we have to give Rodri a lot of time. Like when he came on the pitch the other day, I was so fucking nervous. Yeah, like unbelievably nervous. We have to give him time. Foden, right. So if Rodri gets back to his best, if Foden gets over what he's going through and gets back to his best, then yes, City can be there. Even without signing, City can be there. But these are all ifs. We can't just do things on what ifs.
Where'd Toon go? I literally was just about to talk about Newcastle. Anyways, Daps, Vader.
His name's Philip. His name's Philip.
No, but I know. But I call him by. I refer to him by.
Yeah.
Does anyone want a person named Philip? Anyone want?
No.
Anyone need a DM? No.
Nobody needs Calvin Phillips. I'm gonna ask you boys. Fulham away, last game of the season. What are you guys saying? You win, but you think it's gonna be a close game? Nervy? You scared?
Yeah, it's gonna be a nervy game. It not for the same importance. Like Rax will remember when we were playing Aston Villa, but it'll be that type of energy. It's gonna be like, I don't know, we're not gonna look sharp, but I think we get it done. But it's gonna be a nervy stress game from the beginning to the end. I'm prepared for that.
Well, we just said this on Wolfie's channel, right? That because we were just doing a show called The Running on Wolfie's channel, where go and check it out. Where it was, I'm in different panels now, Gal. I'm in panels with fucking Villa fans and that now, not in this fucking elite panel no more. But
Raider, watch your spot. Watch your spot.
Bro, listen. I hear it, bro. I hear it. It's kind of like, all right, I'm not getting as many knocks on my doors now. Daps, can you come on my channel? Because we're not relevant no more. But
United fans need to watch out. That's who.
United fans. Bro, I said.
Bro, I don't know about you guys. Did you guys see that SDS pod? That was box office.
But I voice noted Turkish suggesting that he relegates one team every season, and that this season he creates a new show called the Not So Big Six, and this season Saeed gets relegated. And I said you can do it on a Tuesday, Wednesday, or Thursday night because Saeed will be free, right? Yeah. And get Just Joe from Leeds. Get fucking a Burnley fan. I think they've got a Turfmoor channel or something. Get a Sheffield United fan, and Saeed has to do a show once a week with them lot. All
right, guys. So let's get into the scenarios, because last time Wolfie was here, we did these scenarios and it worked out perfectly. But Wolfie, last time you did the scenario where Arsenal would lose. Now it would mathematically impossible for us to be out of our.
Congratulations on the 3-peat, bro. Congrats.
We don't have to worry about that.
It's good to see that Arteta still has the pull over the other dude, by the way.
Don't bite this guy no more.
Igal, hold on. Arteta did mention that consistency is important to the phases.
Honestly, as much as everyone banters about coming in second 3 times in a row, if we didn't come in second from how far ahead we were, it would be a little bit more concerning, as everyone would have pointed it out later on in the season. Am I wrong?
I felt like that about third, bro. You know, watch out, because Man City.
You felt like a sack of potatoes, man.
You won nothing.
Hold on, Igal.
And you won nothing.
Igal, you're a Staples member of the Never a Foul family, right? And Wolfie is now as well. And I'm pretty certain at some point you will have been on a show together where Wolfie made the claim that
they would finish above Arsenal. Yeah,
they were in more of a title race than you lot were.
Bro, he said guarantee they finish above Arsenal.
And by the way, Wolfie, I can do this because when you talk about your fucking alliance, it's with Villa and Newcastle. It's not with us. So there's no alliance.
All right. So guys, in order, let's do it. Everyone, just tell me Villa, Manchester United. Let's get that one out of the way. Because there's no Villa fan here.
Rasmus.
We all agree that Villa's gonna smash United, right?
Bro,
no.
I was with you, Igal. But the more I look at this game, I do think Villa win it, but it's slippery as fuck for Villa. You know, Villa away from home.
Easiest 3 points ever,
bro. I hear it, but Villa away from home are not Villa at home. And you saw Villa when they came to the Etihad, Villa. I hear you. I think Villa but you never know with this.
Villa have only beaten United 3 times since 1999. Home and away.
Let's do a poll. Everyone tell me right now what you guys think is going to happen. 2,
draw.
What are you saying? Score prediction.
Draw. 1-0.
I don't even know what would happen if it was 1-0, but I could
One
hear
second,
with
one
two. I
second,
could hear,
guys. One
I could hear
second.
with
Let me
2-2,
start
you
with
know.
Philip.
2-2.
Philip, go ahead. You're first.
I kind of feel that may hopefully Man United are so angry and bitter that they want another team to feel angry and bitter. I don't think that's going to happen though, and I'll give it 2-1 to Villa.
Okay, Daps.
I think. Nah, do you know what? Although I wanted to say 2-2, I still think Villa. I think Villa 3-1.
Okay. What do you say in Rack?
Look, I don't think it's going to be as easy as people make out, despite the fact that United are diabolical. But I think Villa will do it because they need to do it, and they'll win 2-0.
Ahmed?
2-0 Villa for me.
Vader?
Guys, it is going to be way too toxic if United don't win this game. It is going to be a complete
All right, man.
meltdown.
You need to get toxicer. You need to make it more toxic, bro. All right.
This is, I think it's a 2-1 United. I think it's a 2-1 United. Not comfortable at all. Not comfortable, but it's a 2-1 United.
Okay. Can I put the case together?
I think based on the sum of everyone's score lines, 2-1 is like the fairest.
Yeah, but
result.
you boys haven't researched this game. That's my point here, right? I said for United to win this game, they had to lose to Spurs. And by the way, I said Brennan Johnson would score the winner. Daps will back me up because I sent that message to Cass. I'm just saying this ain't easy. Villa were 2-0 up at halftime last season against Man U and blew it 3-2. Right? There's history in this fixture. This is their bogey team. Like it or not, the pressure is all on Villa. United have to at least give their dumbass plastic fans one thing to smile about.
But this is why it's so difficult, Igal, yeah? That there's the fact that I do know this is pressure on Villa. I do know that Villa away from home aren't as good. But then with United, United at home are worse than they are away. United, there could be a bounce back for the fans, but do we actually think a team with no heart is going to show heart? Possibly not. And then finally, there's a whole thing that a lot of United season ticket holders are telling us they're not going to take their seat. They're going to leave it, right? But then I don't even know if that's a good or bad thing for them because they
play better away from home.
I can't lie, it might be positive.
I don't think they handle.
It might actually be positive for them.
I don't think. No, it could be a positive because the thing is with Old Trafford, yeah, Old Trafford, if United score, can be a loud place, but if they concede a goal, it could possibly be the most toxic ground in the Premier League. So, there's so many I don't knows with this. Although I think this is an obvious Villa win, I'm looking at it going, nah, I just don't know. But we dropped fucking 5 points. 5 points to Man United this season.
Let me just say, Orange Taranga, Orange box of oranges 84. Big up to you. He said Wolfie scored 20 goals and dipped like Klinsmann at Spurs this season. Also, thank you for joining and proving my earlier super chat right. And what his earlier super chat is that when Liverpool chased players, people claim that they had no one else that wanted them, and it's revisionist history. And you basically proved them right.
How? Because no one else did go for him in the Premier League.
Who? Wirtz?
He did go for him.
He did go for him. But
did you put a bid in for him? Did you put a bid in?
We're in the mud, bro.
Did you put a bid? Did you put a bid?
Let's not do this, bro.
I've never seen Daps down. Next year.
I'm not down.
He's just taking his legs, man.
This season it's just made me a lot more realistic. And the truth is, I'm still about 3 hours ago, I was on a show with Monts telling him I don't believe Liverpool get this deal done, right? Because I honestly think the amount I know Liverpool Echo and this Liverpool Echo chamber will tell us they paid 50 million. They'll tell us they paid 50 million for Wirtz and he's on 50 grand a week.
And a packet of peanuts.
Literally, they'll make out like it's the shrewdest business deal ever, yeah?
Sure.
The truth is, it isn't. And I didn't think Liverpool would ultimately, I don't think Liverpool need to go and spend 300 million, right? I think they're already good enough, yeah? So I thought, but...
Isn't that concerning?
It's concerning on me, bro, and on you. It should be.
Hey, this is what I have to deal with. I deal with this when it comes to you, but let's talk about Newcastle.
We're not us anymore. We're not them. They're moving us now.
Let's talk about Newcastle Everton. This is one game where I think surely you cannot lose. Newcastle can't lose. Philip, what are you saying? Newcastle can't lose.
Yeah, I think we'll win 3-0.
3-0.
Woo!
Yeah.
Comfy. Is Isak going to be back?
It's 50-50, but I think he'll be
He's
playing.
back again, huh?
If Isak's not there, bro.
Sorry,
Everton
just
can get a result.
quickly. Mixed Mitchell, when I say 300 million, I'm meaning the full deal. I'm meaning the wage of like 250 a week, and I'm meaning maybe 150. So I think I'm not saying you're going to pay. I'm not saying you're going to pay 300 million for a player, but
it's obviously the transfer fee plus the wage.
Yeah, plus the wage.
Plus agent fees and signing
and the dads.
And don't forget the Arab brown envelopes that need to be exchanged, man. So.
Yeah.
But what Liverpool? What are you talking
It's
about?
mad because I don't. The maddest thing is that I honestly think Liverpool don't need to do it, right? But do you know what?
I can't spend more time on Florian Wirtz. We spent
No. Sorry.
You talking about Sesko here?
Let's get back to Everton Newcastle. So just to show you guys where we are right now.
It's a guaranteed 3 points for Newcastle.
We've put in a win for Man City. We put in a win for Aston Villa. I pretty much secured a win for Arsenal, and I'm going to put in a win for Liverpool on the final day. Everyone agrees there, right? Crystal Palace are on the beach.
Yeah, the thing is, it's a win, right? But it's just such a shame. It's such a bad into the season because we're not equally. Arsenal's points tally of last season is still there, and it's really disappointing. It's just really like, I don't know, man.
Gal, I've got a question for you. Are points really
Talk
important?
about the points tally on the next video on Sunday.
Me and you at some point this summer. Let's have a
conversation. Points are important, Gal. Points are important. Don't let anyone tell you.
I have never in my life seen a tweet with no video, no photo be on 1.7 million interactions.
Sorry, actually, breaking news. Igal, you're famous, bro. Someone's made a music video about you.
Yeah.
Bro.
Hey, man. It's international, man. It's international.
Bro, guys, did you see it? Did you see
it? Bro, you're famous as shit. I can't lie, bro.
The only problem is you can't see his head, man. It's up Arteta's ass. That was the problem with that video.
Oh my God.
I was actually shocked. I was actually shocked. Like, I said to myself, this is what it's come to. You got people putting me in.
Oh, you've made it. You've made it, bro. Like, that is sick. You've made it. Motherfuckers are using AI to make rap songs about you.
What the hell is that?
Yo, I swear I could see you looking like that, man.
Why is the guy looking like Naz? Why is the guy looking like Naz back in the day?
Teenage years.
What the hell is going on?
Oh my God.
What the hell is this?
Oh, but that is honestly, joking aside, bro, that is next level famous, bro. People are using AI to make fucking music videos now.
He's like, I'm getting cooked by my own fan base. What the hell is this? I seen this all over my replies, and I said to myself, who made this? And then I seen the video like hours later, and I'm like, yo, this is nuts. This is nuts.
Bro, it's a good thing, isn't it?
You know what?
It's better than Blueface Gal, and that.
In the summer, I need inspirational TikToks. That's what I need.
But just quickly, we were talking about Palace v Liverpool.
We were talking about Newcastle.
Yeah. No, Liverpool. But Liverpool. Hold on, you put the score in for Liverpool Palace. That is a Community Shield next season.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
For the Arteta Trophy.
And you know something? I hope Liverpool win the Community Shield. I hope Liverpool win the Community Shield. 1 second.
We're doomed.
I hope Liverpool win the Community Shield because the team that wins the Community Shield tends to not win the league.
Yeah, facts. If Liverpool lose that, we are doomed. If Liverpool lose that, we're doomed.
It could be a problem.
Wait, if Liverpool win that, does it mean Palace win the league then?
No, it means that Arsenal might win the league. It means that Arsenal might.
Could be. Anyways, don't get me gassed. Newcastle Everton. What's the score, guys? 3-0, Philip said.
Yeah, I think 3-0.
No. Yeah, it's at Newcastle, man. That's it.
Everton are missing a whole defense.
3-0. Everton are finished. Everton.
Everton.
Their season was done. Their season was done last week.
Apparently, it comes down to this, guys. The final game. This game decides everything. So let's calculate it.
Yeah.
So if everything else is done, you got Chelsea. Chelsea need a win, and they're in. Nottingham Forest, even if they beat Chelsea, they're not in. So
because the other results aren't going to go how you think. You lot are so platonic with your.
I love how
thinking.
this is hilarious that Wolfie talks about everyone else working out how Forest don't get in. But you are literally the one. You're having to do trigonometry, yeah, to work out how you get it, bro.
look at this.
It ain't Pythagoras, man.
If they beat Chelsea,
Doing calculus.
if they beat Chelsea 1-0, he still doesn't get in if everyone wins. What he needs is either a Man United draw for Aston Villa for him to get in. Even then, he's not in.
Yes, I am.
He is. That's what he needs. Because Newcastle are not going to drop enough points. They're not going to lose to Everton, bro. Aston Villa.
Bro, Newcastle crapped the bed last year.
Bro, but this is Everton. Remember, Everton literally have no defense, and their Wembley was last weekend in their final home game at Goodison.
All things stay the same. Chelsea win, they're in. Aston Villa drop out. So the two
I kind of slightly want that, you know. I want
the two most likeliest teams to fall out of the top four, if all the results go as expected, are Aston Villa and Nottingham Forest. Now, Nottingham Forest.
Wait. All results go as expected. Forest are expected to beat Chelsea. What are you talking about?
All right.
Even if you beat Chelsea, you're not going to
beat Chelsea. No. Chelsea are in the Conference League next season when they lose to Betis. Let's be real here.
All right, man.
All right, fair. But even if
why are you so quiet?
I'm just gonna be very honest right now.
Ahmed, why? Yeah, talk up,
I'm just gonna be very honest and very realistic. I think we've got to win the game. And last season, we actually rocked up to them, and I think it was
Don't you dare!
It was either our third last game or second last game. We needed the win for Europe even at that time, and we got the win there. 3-1. Big up to Reece James.
Okay,
big up to Reece James at that time. You know what I mean? It was, listen, I'm not going to lie to you.
It was a tough game.
It was an extremely tough game last season. If I even look at our own home fixture game that we faced, which we faced Nottingham Forest with, which I went to.
Oh my God.
Listen, we were the much better team in my personal opinion, but our problem was we weren't clinical enough in that game. Our plays weren't that great. Luckily, Madueke got us the draw in that game, if I'm not mistaken. But I think in this one,
I keep thinking that's Cass, you know. Fucking
no, pressure builds diamonds, man. Pressure builds diamonds, and I've got to back my team to do the job. Do
you know
what? Will they though? Will they?
I think for me, man, the result against United, you know,
the worst
out of nowhere. You have to believe, man. You have to believe, man.
Do you know what
United?
Terrible. That was a terrible game.
Exactly. And listen, our whole team was terrible. And we still managed to get
1 second, Dabs. Let me just get these super chats out of the way. Coach Arsenal says, for the panel, which two teams are more of the winning the league without injuries?
Most likely, I'm assuming.
Hold on.
Forest and Newcastle.
Hold on. So they're meaning next season. I don't know. Right. Let's pretend I haven't seen the name Coach Arsenal yet. For him to put a put the super chat back up, please, Agal. I need to see that super chat, yeah? Right. So, let me read this out. There's a way you could have worded this and not been so Arsenal. It would have gone, for the panel, which two teams are more of winning the league 25-26? Right?
Full stop.
Full stop. Yeah. Why the fuck have you put without injuries? Yeah. Or what are you going to do? Or without VAR decisions? Bro, that is so Arsenal. But being real, at this point, I think it's Arsenal and Liverpool for me.
So you think
also, who's going to win the IB Real Madrid trophy?
So you're putting City out of the title race
at this point because I'm looking at who you're being linked with and how serious you seem to be with them and where your team is currently. Yeah, I do think that you're probably at this point. We'll see by the end of the transfer window. I think you lot are more prepared for it than we are.
Yo, yeah, what the hell?
We'll be in the mix, but we'll fall off.
Oh, you're second. You're second. We're third. You got to the semi-final of the Champions League. We didn't, right? For me to come on and say we're more prepared would be me being a United fan against Tottenham in the fucking final of the Europa League.
Yeah, but you're doing the whole daps down play thing, man.
No,
I've seen the story all season.
I'm not.
Bro. I've seen the story all
It's
season.
very factual. They're second, we're third, right? They're being linked with Gyokeres and Zubimendi. We're being linked with Morgan Gibbs-White. It's nothing to do with me downplaying it.
Yo, guys, I just got my Twitter account shut down for no reason. What the fuck?
You are?
What? Shut down?
No, that video, the video of the guy the Liverpool fan who made that account, that video of me, almost got my account shut down.
but it's not shut down yet.
Nah, fucking.
Oh, you were right.
Play it again then. Play it again.
Like, City did that to
It's
me.
because of the music. Gals, the music.
Fucking stupid music. Anyway.
And Nelson Brunson in the chat. I see you've got a Tottenham flag. Shouldn't you be at a trophy parade instead of watching an Arsenal channel? Just saying.
So hold on. This guy generated a movie with your likeness, a video with your likeness, and you can't do anything. You can't even play it on your channel.
No, you can't play the music.
No, you can. It's just the music. So he would have nicked the music as well.
All right, fair.
Stupid. Anyways, let's get on to the next.
Gal's just realized he's working for free right now. He's thinking, how do I end the stream?
What Cass did the other day, Cass shut a stream down within 30 seconds when he realized he hadn't monetized it.
Wolfie. What does it say? Wolfie chew, bro. Damn. Yeah, the way you're eating, they're like, damn.
Wolfie's emotional eating right now. He's stressed.
Bro, Mantis, congratulations, right? FLORIAN WIRTZ to Liverpool. This isn't even our final form 20x. Okay, fair play. We'll see what happens. Okay, let's play through some scenarios, boys, with the Chelsea game and the potential results that could happen. So,
why do we need to play through the scenarios? I can tell you exactly what's happening.
But
what do you think is gonna happen? Okay, let's go through a scenario in which Wolfie, what do you think is gonna happen?
I think Man U draw with Villa.
Okay.
Everyone, do the calculation now. It's Forest, very long-winded.
Forest will win 3 or 4-1.
Whoa!
Wow.
And hold on. This is the important result here.
What happened with City and Fulham?
Yeah, whatever on that. I don't really care about that one. Right, here's the important
because
result.
You can't catch us. You bum.
Well, we can. Wait, don't press calculate yet. Spurs beat Brighton. Now calculate it.
Why, has that got anything to do with it?
Oh yeah.
Really?
What? Oh yeah.
Well, Spurs has got something to do with the top 5 race.
Oh yeah.
What?
Keep scrolling.
Brighton.
Oh wait, West Ham win as well. Scroll back up.
Brighton
Scroll back
well,
up. West Ham win. Keep scrolling up.
These aren't necessary. These games aren't necessary.
Oh, they are necessary. They are necessary.
What? Explain why. You said this was not trigonometry, but right now it does seem like trigonometry.
Who cares about Leicester? They're in the
Bournemouth
championship.
win?
Yeah, we'll draw whatever. Who cares?
Okay. Wolves, Brentford.
Yeah, whatever. They're both.
All right. So what's the main thing you wanted to see?
Scroll down.
Oh, well.
There we go. 17th, man. But they get 40 points. 17th. Shameless. How they're allowed? They should. You know what? They should now have to have a playoff with the team in 4th place or whatever, in 3rd place in the championship
hold on.
to decide who else should go down. Because Man U should be relegated on that. I'm sorry. And also, I think there should be a motion that 20th and 19th get relegated. Then from 18th to 15th, you have a mini knockout playoff.
That would be sick.
I like that.
Do you know what I'm saying? It keeps the league interesting.
Kind of like a play to stay in.
All right, guys.
A play to stay in. I like that.
I really don't think we need to spend time on the Manchester United. Let me just.
Yeah, but anyway, that's how the results.
Scenario. Do you guys see a scenario where Manchester United could lose, Man City could lose, and find themselves in a situation where
let me explain how it could be even madder. Imagine, if Cole Palmer, scores for Chelsea to win the game for Chelsea.
That's hard to imagine.
And City don't beat Fulham. Cole Palmer will fucking stop City from getting Champions League football.
Oh, but Aston Villa need to win also.
Yeah,
bro, we've got a lot.
In a situation where Man City's knocked out, Aston Villa, Chelsea, and Nottingham Forest and Newcastle have to win. In any scenario,
long week for us, bro.
In any scenario where Nottingham Forest win,
but
you are safe. In any scenario where Nottingham Forest win, you're safe.
Yeah,
Daps is my bitch for the next 48 hours, man.
I've always liked.
Bro, it's in my hands. Vader, it's in our hands, isn't it?
It is.
Your hands are within my hands. That's what you're not understanding.
Wolfie is doing his best to not act like the bum of this group. Is doing his absolute best.
How could I be the bum of this group when United are finishing 17th?
Guys, I gotta wrap it up, please. Final one.
You've been struggling to get United fans lately. I've noticed.
Is there?
They're all hiding.
Guys, is there
They're
a
not about.
possibility where Newcastle? Is there a possibility where Newcastle could fall out?
No,
Phil,
no,
you
no,
see a
no.
possibility?
Yes,
where
there
Newcastle-
is. If Newcastle draw,
But they're
And-
playing Everton
They're
with
not
no
drawing
defense.
Everton.
What are we doing?
yeah, he just asked, is there a scenario? I said, yes, there
As
is.
a Newcastle
If
fan,
Newcastle
what-
draw and Forest, Villa, and Man City win, Newcastle are out.
Philip, can you see a
Yeah.
situation where you don't win or
It's
you
the
don't
one
win?
that,
You
it's
get
the
a
one that Wolfie, it's the one that Wolfie outlined, but it's for me, it's a
Oh,
very
a draw, a
unlikely
1-1
scenario.
draw. A 1-1
Yeah,
draw.
it's a
You're
very
out.
unlikely scenario. Yeah.
No, it's not happening, man. It's not. Someone just said that Pickford might even be going to the fucking Sunderland playoff final on Saturday and they're not playing on Sunday. Bro, their cup final was their last home game. They're done. Like, they're literally done. Newcastle, I reckon it could be like 4-0 or something to Newcastle.
How the
Newcastle
fuck do we get the only match where someone gives a shit, man? I swear to God, man.
So
I think you'll win though.
even-
I think
even if-
Forest will beat Chelsea.
Woo!
Yeah, I mean, Chelsea are dusty,
don't-
man. We should
I
beat
think
them.
for me,
you know what
this
it comes down
game,
to, guys?
You know what it is, Ahmed? Obviously, we beat you guys at St James's Park, and
Obviously.
you're still a young team, and I just think you fold under pressure. To be honest, I don't think you
Chelsea?
have.
I like this big brothering he's
I
doing.
thought
I like
about.
this big
Listen,
brothering that
I
he's
think
doing
for
right
me,
now.
I think for me that was.
Ask Ahmed what his away record is
No,
in the last 10.
I think against Newcastle, I think our issue was this didn't come in straight with the right mentality. That's what I just think it was. It wasn't even.
But
like
that's my point. You don't have the mentality.
So, I think that's probably what I'd say more. But I think in this game, we all
Why are you
know
gonna
what it's
switch-
about, man. I think in this game, when it's like your do or die game, I think Newcastle
Newcastle
less
is
so
a
that-
do or
but
die
still-
game. You're going to go into a slightly smaller stadium, so it's going to be way more intense. You're coming against a team.
Oh,
that
you're at
loves-
home. You're not
we used
using-
to that sort of smaller stadium.
You can't handle our
Sorry,
stadium,
brother.
bro.
Who do you support?
I'll
Are you
be
Chelsea?
honest,
Are you
guys.
I
Chelsea?
mean, like
Chelsea,
against
Chelsea.
we literally
Guys,
play
guys,
Stamford
guys.
Bridge, quite a
Let's-
small
let's-
stadium in itself. So, and again,
Yeah,
No,
it's
you can't. I have to correct his
Let
life.
me
I have
end it
to
off.
correct
Let
his
me end it
life.
off. Let me end it off with one thing. Wolfie believes that Nottingham Forest are going to get a result because either Aston Villa or Newcastle are going to drop points.
No,
right?
I'm saying we win, and come what may, I'm taking Chelsea down, be it with me or with someone else. I am
That's
gonna.
only where I am as well. By the way, I think that's going to happen. I don't know.
That's
if you
where.
beat
That's
Fulham,
where
but
I
think
am.
it is.
Chelsea will not get into the Champions League, and Ahmed, CB, Charlie, freaking all them man, chairs man, they're gonna hold some serious smoke because if I go down, I'm taking someone.
Hold
with me.
on, they're gonna hold smoke, but this is Chelsea's fan base. We all know Chelsea's fan base, and they're gonna hold smoke. However, they're then gonna win the fucking Conference League on whatever day it is, and then they're then gonna be back saying we've won it all. We've won everything in Europe, and then we're all going to be like, "For fuck's sake!"
All right, so I'm just gonna go through everyone's.
Betis win.
I'm just gonna go through everyone's team. What is my team? I'll be honest. I want a scenario where Aston Villa and Chelsea don't go through. That would be the best scenario.
Because
for
you
me.
hate Unai Emery.
Wow.
Yeah,
I
but
hate
Martinez.
I think the most likely outcome is Aston Villa and Nottingham Forest don't go through.
That's not the most likely.
It is.
Yeah.
Nah,
I
not
think
Aston
that's the
Villa.
most likely. Based on goal difference and points currently constructed, I think if Chelsea and you guys, what do you call it? If Chelsea win or you win, either way, I think Aston Villa. If you win, it's you and Chelsea who go down, and if Aston Villa get a draw or drop points, it's the winner or it's the loser of your game that goes down with them. So for me, I think it's gonna be a situation where Chelsea and you either both go down or Aston Villa and Nottingham Forest go down.
I think it's Chelsea and Villa. I think Chelsea and Villa both don't get it. Sorry, not Chelsea and Villa. Sorry, no, my bad. I think Chelsea
first
and
answer's only
no.
that.
I think Chelsea and I actually want Chelsea to get it, but I think Chelsea and Forest don't get it.
I think
First
it's a
answer's only
situation
they draw.
where Chelsea and
They
Forest
draw
don't get it.
nothing
Yeah, I think Chelsea takes Forest take Chelsea down with them, and Chelsea play Conference League again after they lose to Betis. That
Hey,
would be
Gal,
the-
you still got beef with Chelsea, by the way.
Of course. They're a
Right,
London
cool.
team. I never
yeah,
liked
man, we're
Nah,
rivals.
but you and their beef like 2 years ago was deep.
Bro,
It was deep.
Bro, Chelsea fans would want what do you call it, an own goal if it meant Arsenal would lose the league.
But isn't it, if they win it, don't they get Europa League football, not conference football? If they win the Europa League, if they win the Conference League,
if they lose it, don't they? If they lose
but
it,
if they lose the Conference League, they could be in the Conference League again.
Oh shit! Okay, I hadn't thought about that.
Hey, Igal, look at
Anthony, man.
Look at Rax. Look at Rax trying to rebrand.
Big up,
right?
big up Philip, by the way. He left.
Rax in the car with his rebrand during shows.
This is what I think the most likely outcome is. A win for Man City, win for Newcastle, win for Aston Villa.
What, you think we win? I don't think we win, bro.
Win for Nottingham Forest and a loss for Chelsea.
What do you want to happen, Igal? What do you want to happen?
That's what he wants to happen,
though.
No. What I would
Igal don't want to fit. Igal don't want to fit.
What I would.
Igal wants the fifth place gone for starters. Fifth place gone.
What I would like to see is this. This is what I would like to see.
He wants to see Villa and Chelsea.
What you want to see?
Other way round, bro.
Igal, do you want to see City third?
Oh, that's what he wants.
Put Villa to draw. Put Villa to draw.
This is the flaw in Igal's argument, because City, if you think City are going to be one of the main challengers next season,
no, we're not.
You don't want them to have Champions League football, because then the recruitment becomes more difficult. They have less money.
You want them to have Champions League football. You don't want them in the Europa.
You don't want us only playing domestic. You don't want.
Now I hear what you're saying. Igal's being very strategic that he don't want us to fucking be playing on Thursdays and that. Yeah.
If you think Man City playing Europa League is better for you, you're crazy. It's worse. They're gonna basically
they'll have £100 million hole that they need to fill.
Yeah, that's true. The 100 million thing is a big deal. It is.
Financially, don't have to worry. They'll eat the cost for 1 year and blitz the league.
But I'll be
within reason.
I would like to thank Igal and Rax for still fucking worrying about my club at the moment.
No. You know, the thing is, big teams sometimes have a season off, right? We've had a season off in the past. Chelsea
hold on. I've still got a chest. You've had a few seasons off. Not one.
All I'm saying is that City have so much credit in the bank. They're allowed after a 4P and a treble season.
Thank you.
I don't think that's.
I gotta put my son to bed.
bed. Yeah. So just clip this. Chelsea miss out. Forest are in.
I'm just gonna say.
We'll see about that.
Everyone tell me who they think is gonna make it and who they think is not gonna make it.
City, Newcastle, and Villa make it.
I'm the same. I agree.
It's quick and say who's not going to make it.
I don't think Villa and Forest are going to make it.
By the way, can we all, Igal, on behalf of Never Foul and you on behalf of your channel, Wolfie, you're still invited next season, bro. You've been very entertaining.
Wow.
I'm in Europe next season, bro. The question is Cass invited?
Oh, Cass runs the channel. Cass runs the channel, bro. And he's a United fan. We need that. We need them tears.
All right. So, everyone here, just name two teams you want to not make it and two that you think will not make it. I think it's gonna be Chelsea and Forest who don't make it, but I would love it to be Aston Villa and Chelsea. What are you saying?
Just because you hate me, Igal?
No.
You know what?
I don't hate you. I would rather it be Chelsea and Villa, but I think you're not going to make it because I think you're not going to make it. I would rather it be Chelsea.
Religion means nothing anymore, isn't it?
Wow. We need to find a new
Sol
Sol Campbell clip for
this. Red card. Anyways, Vader, just give me your prediction.
Yeah, I'm gonna. It's still gonna be drama on the Sunday, but I think the standings remain the same. Yeah, I think those teams that are out right now. Sorry, Wolfie. I think Aston Villa and Forest are the ones on the outs, just like the standings right now. But it is going to be drama. The games aren't going to be easy on Sunday.
No, thanks.
I'm gonna have to agree with Villa. I think it's going to be Villa, not Forest. It's going to be very funny. You know, it's going to be very funny when we do the job and Forest don't do it, and then Wolfie can speak to me then.
Ahmed, I can't take you seriously when you got one red eye, bro.
Yeah, well, sorry that I've actually got what do you want me to do? Like what? I can't do that right now.
You've been that nervous. You've been rubbing your eye, worried about Chelsea that much, bro.
No, that's actually because I've got a medical condition.
It's called nerves, man.
That was
the
shit for me,
twitch.
Gal. That was shit for me,
Yeah,
Gal.
yeah.
Really shit for me.
What is it?
Alright,
Hey, seriously, hey, people.
That cost you the win,
Gal.
Wolfie.
You're getting me
Like, I also have like
Wolfie
dry
is
eye
out
too,
for
so it's
blood.
not nice.
That cost
Wolfie's
Wolfie
out
the
for
win.
blood.
I told you I'm
That's
taking Chelsea
bad
down
vibe.
with me, man. Eye by
It's
eye with
karma, man.
Ahmed.
It's karma.
Guys, please, let's wrap it up. Let's
Okay,
go.
can I go?
Let's go.
Can I go?
Go ahead.
Okay, look, I'm not a blue brother, and Daps and Vader are my guys. I would like Man City not to make it.
I get
For
it.
purely
You're a hater.
because
I get it.
because I feel like they'll be close next season. They will invest heavily, but I think they will make it. Ahmed's my guy as well, but sorry, Ahmed, you have to go. And I think it may just be a bridge too far for Wolfie as well. Sorry.
Oh, they draw.
Well, it's no longer a bridge. They're trying to build a tunnel at
We
this
can't-
point.
we can't draw.
And it's full of rock.
Draws an impossibility.
I mean, if he draws and someone else draws,
No,
I mean, I
Rack
still get
said-
into.
no, you guys draw and everyone else wins. You're out.
I'm taking you down, Ahmed. I'm taking you
No.
down.
I didn't like if I draw, for example, right in the game, hypothetically speaking. I don't think we're gonna draw. I think it's gonna be either a win or loss game in my past.
Bro, you got 2 red eyes Sunday
Let me
night. I
just show
promise you
you.
that.
Listen,
If you draw and everyone else wins, you know where you are.
if we
You're
draw,
in.
for example, and then Aston Villa draw, then
You're
we
in.
would go for
You're
it.
in. You're in.
Yeah,
He's not in. He's not in. If Villa win,
But if
he's
Villa
out.
win,
yeah.
But
It would
if
have
Villa
to mean
win-
that Villa was. If Villa draws,
Listen,
then we
I've
draw.
got
Everything
one
will
more
be
point.
basically.
Just one more point. I remember a few weeks ago we were talking hypothetically. We were talking about Forest and Chelsea playing out for a draw, doing like a pass back to the goalkeeper, pass out to the fullback, back to the goalkeeper. Now, 2 weeks later, we've all of a sudden gone blood and thunder. This could be the last 5
It's Ahmed's
minutes of the
fault.
season, and one team is attacking, and then the other team is attacking because they both need the win. That would be fucking amazing, man.
It's Ahmed's fault,
Give
man.
us, man.
It should have
We
been
got the
against
Conference League as well,
Newcastle.
final next week as well. So listen, we need to.
All right,
we need to
guys,
make sure
it's
that
war.
is in.
It's war. It's war. The final day of the season means so much to everybody. And it's not only the Premier League is like this. I looked at the Portuguese league, the title race, top 4, and relegation.
You look to the Portuguese league
Who
because
cares
of
about that,
guy.
man?
Yes,
Seriously.
because they don't win this. That's the only reason.
I'm not done.
It's a
No,
Go to
Gal,
the
hey,
Serie
Gal.
A.
Stop.
One second. Go to the Serie A, the title race, top 4, and
Who
relegation.
cares?
Go on. You go to Germany. The
Who
title
cares?
race is
We don't
over.
care.
The title race is over. No, this is what I'm saying.
This is his copium, man, with Arsenal being crap again, man.
He's so famous now that he's realised the next step, so he gets an even better music video, is to now
Europe.
try and expand into Europe.
Yes. He's going to be bigging up the Scottish League as well, isn't he?
He's ready for them. Gal sound. Has Gal gone? Has Gal actually just gone? And
He got a call from the Bundesliga president, isn't it?
We're gonna wrap it up here. I'm just gonna say shout out to everyone who's joined. Big up Dabs for joining. Big up Ahmed. Big up Rack. Big up everyone. We're gonna be back Sunday for the season recap show, and hopefully Wolfie, Vader, all you guys, you're all invited. Philip, if you want to join. Dabs, if you're available. Anybody who wants to join, you can join on Sunday as we do the season recap, and we're gonna be recapping the top 5.
I'd rather not recap my season. Thank you.
Unfortunately, Rack is gonna then eventually get his God of Honor. So Rack is gonna get his God of Honor.
Oh yeah, I'm not here. I'm
That
definitely
was
not here.
in January.
Well,
That was in January. bro.
Egal, now you said that, I'm 100% Bernardo Silva. I'm gone. No
All right,
fucking
fair
God
enough.
of Honor.
Fair enough. Anyways, we're gonna wrap it up here, guys. You guys have yourselves a wonderful day. I'll catch you guys in the next video. And in case you haven't watched my most recent video with George, you guys gotta go check it out. Absolutely crazy. But hey, we're out of here, people. Love.
Chelsea are done.